and it's crucial for preventing falls. The fifth secret Sylvia discovered was about finding her optimal walking rhythm and pace, and it was crucial for her safety and confidence. Many seniors make the mistake of either walking too fast, which can lead to rushing and stumbling, or too slow, which can actually make balance more difficult. Sylvia had fallen into the trap of walking too slowly, thinking it was safer. But she learned that there's actually an optimal pace for stability. Here's why. Walking too slowly forces you to spend more time balanced on one foot, which is more challenging than maintaining momentum. It's like trying to ride a bicycle very slowly. It's actually harder to balance than riding at a normal speed. The rhythm and pace strategy involves finding your natural walking cadence, the speed at which your body naturally wants to move. For most seniors, this is somewhere between 100 and 120 steps per minute. This might sound technical, but there's an easy way to find your optimal pace. Sylvia learned to use music to establish a rhythm. Her physical therapist introduced her to songs with a steady beat that matched a healthy walking pace. She started with classics like Blue Suede Shoes by Elvis Presley, which has a perfect walking tempo. As she walked, she would hum the song and let her steps naturally match the beat. Here's how to find your optimal pace. Start by walking at whatever speed feels comfortable to you. Then gradually increase your pace slightly until you feel like you're moving with purpose, but not rushing. You should be able to maintain this pace for at least 10 minutes without feeling winded or stressed. If you can't carry on a conversation while walking at this pace, you're probably going too fast. The key is consistency. Your steps should be evenly spaced in time, like a metronome. Avoid the common mistake of taking quick, short steps followed by slower, longer ones. This irregular rhythm can throw off your balance and make you more likely to stumble. Sylvia practiced this by walking the same route every day, focusing on maintaining a steady rhythm. She counted her steps for the first minute of her walk, then tried to maintain that same cadence throughout. Within 2 weeks, this rhythm became natural and automatic. The benefits are significant. Better balance, increased confidence, improved cardiovascular health, and reduced fatigue. When you walk at your optimal pace, your body's natural movement patterns work most efficiently. You'll find that you can walk longer distances with less effort, and you'll feel more stable and confident. One important consideration, your optimal pace might be different on different surfaces or in different conditions. It's perfectly fine to slow down on uneven ground or when you're tired. The key is to maintain that steady rhythm, even if you need to adjust your speed. Do you ever feel rushed when walking, or do you tend to walk very slowly thinking it's safer? Finding your optimal pace is like finding the sweet spot where walking feels natural and effortless. Sylvia said that once she found her rhythm, walking became enjoyable again instead of stressful. The sixth secret involves your feet in a way you never considered, and it's all about mindful step placement. The sixth secret Sylvia learned was about mindful step placement, and it transformed her confidence when walking on different surfaces. This isn't about constantly staring at your feet. Remember, we learn to keep our eyes at eye level. Instead, it's about developing an awareness of where and how you place your feet, using all your senses to navigate safely. When Sylvia first started walking outdoors again, she was terrified of uneven sidewalks, curbs, and any surface that wasn't perfectly flat. She had developed a habit of taking tentative, uncertain steps, which actually made her more likely to stumble. The mindful step placement technique taught her to be purposeful and confident with every step. The key is to think of each step as a deliberate choice rather than an automatic action. Before you place your foot down, quickly assess the surface using your peripheral vision and your body's natural senses. Your feet have thousands of nerve endings that can detect changes in texture, firmness, and angle, but only if you're paying attention. Sylvia learned to practice this technique by walking on different surfaces in her home and yard. She started with carpet, then hardwood floors, then moved to concrete, grass, and gravel. With each surface, she focused on how her feet felt when they made contact and how her body naturally adjusted to maintain balance. Here's how to develop mindful step placement. As you walk, imagine your feet are intelligent sensors gathering information about the ground. When you encounter a change in surface, like stepping from sidewalk to grass, take a moment to feel how your foot responds. Is the surface softer, firmer, sloped? Let your foot adapt naturally to these changes. For uneven surfaces, use a technique called probing. This means placing your foot down gently at first, letting it explore the surface before committing your full weight. If the surface feels unstable or unexpected, you can adjust your step before you're fully committed. This is especially important when stepping off curbs or onto unfamiliar terrain. The mental aspect is crucial. Instead of approaching uneven surfaces with fear, approach them with curiosity. Sylvia learned to think, what is this surface going to feel like? Rather than, I hope I don't fall. This shift in mindset made a huge difference in her confidence. Practice this technique by walking on different surfaces deliberately. Try walking on grass, then concrete, then gravel. Notice how each surface requires slight adjustments in your step placement and balance. The more you practice, the more automatic these adjustments become. Safety considerations. If you encounter a surface that seems particularly challenging, like wet pavement or steep slopes, it's perfectly fine to seek an alternative route or ask for assistance. Mindful step placement is about being smart and aware, not about taking unnecessary risks. The benefits go beyond just safety. When you're mindfully placing your steps, you're more present and aware of your environment. Sylvia found that her daily walks became more enjoyable because she was noticing details she had missed before. The texture of different surfaces, the feeling of different terrains under her feet. What surfaces make you most nervous when walking? Learning to navigate different terrains confidently is a skill that improves with practice. Sylvia said that mastering mindful step placement made her feel like she could handle any walking surface. The final secret ties everything together and changes everything. It's about confidence breathing. The seventh and final secret Sylvia learned was the confidence breathing technique, and it was the key that tied all the other secrets together. This technique addresses something that many seniors challenging walking situation, stepping off a curb, walking on uneven, her dizzy and reducing to think clearly about her movements. The confidence breathing technique is based on a simple principle. When you breathe steadily and deeply, you station response, which improves balance, coordination, and decision-making. When you hold your breath or breathe shallowly, you trigger your body's stress response. Breathe steadily while walking. You send a message to your brain that you're safe and in control. This reduces the panicked or unsteady. Sylvia noticed that her walking anxiety comes stability and confidence when you need it most. The technique also helps with endurance. When you can walk longer distances without feeling winded. Your muscles get the oxygen they need to function properly, and you don't waste energy on tension and anxiety. Common mistake when she combined it with positive self-talk. As she breathed steadily, confident, or I can handle this. This combination of physical life completely. 6 months after learning these 7 walking, walks 2 miles every morning and recently took a walking tour during her vacation to San Francisco, something she never thought